Hey guys, it's Dawn here. All right, so today I'm going to talk about hip protection. Sorry this video is late, but it's kind of hard trying to figure out how to show you hip protection in a way that isn't embarrassing to me. All right, so I started off with these Legend Fit ones. You can get it off of Amazon. The size I chose was medium. I am 5'4", 135 pounds, around there. I'm a little fat right now, but isn't that ugly? Oh my gosh. So the thing is, you can wear like armored shorts. These are armored shorts. You can get armored shorts and you can wear them outside of your pants if you want, because like these ones are super bulky. But who wants to wear this on the outside of their pants? You know, this is your butt. Now, why I got this though was because the padding is so thick. It's like really thick padding, really thick. And I thought that was going to be good. Now, this one doesn't have any CE rating that I know of. So they've never like tested it CE wise. They just made it really cush and really thick. And this isn't a honeycomb. This is just like thick foam. Now this is kind of a honeycomby sort of material. So it has the butt covered. It has kind of your tailbone covered. It has this nice big one on the side for your hip, and it goes down all the way. So the coverage is great. It fits with this elastic band on the top, and this material is your typical like cooling material. This does get very hot, and it's comfortable, but it's hot and it's ugly. Like flat out, it's ugly. If you watch my earlier riding videos, you'll see it looks like I have like a big butt, and that's because I was wearing these. But I did fall in them. Okay, all of my falls so far have been under 5 miles an hour. They've just been like trying to get on and then falling over sort of stuff. Okay, so but I fell like flat on my hips, and that's the thing, you want hip protection, because with this it's almost guaranteed you're gonna hit your hip, and you know it's not gonna feel good. So anyways, does not fit that well under clothes. It's not attractive. Looks like you already messed your pants. Bulky and hot, like a lot of sweat accumulates under this, and it's kind of gross. But otherwise, protection-wise, it was awesome. I did not feel a thing on my hips when I fell on these, under 5 miles an hour, and it was great. So these are good. But this is what I wear now, and these are lazy rolling cargo pants. I forgot the whole name, but it's the lazy rolling. Lazy rolling makes really good motorcycle gear. What is this? Oh yeah. And the material's great. The stitching is great. I like cargo pants. I mean, jeans would be more flattering, but this one has pockets. It's fully lined with Kevlar, although the Kevlar ends right here. I can feel where the Kevlar ends, but all the way up it's Kevlar. Now some people might think that Kevlar is too much for EUCs. You don't need Kevlar. I disagree, only in that I had, and this is a common type of crash, where I didn't crash, I fell over at under 5 miles an hour in the dirt. It was such a low speed, and I was just being stubborn, and I didn't want to give up, and I just fell over, but the wheel twisted when I fell, and so all of a sudden when he fell over, I felt him spinning up and doing the spin of death, and the tire was scraping right along my my inside leg and my knee, and I freaked out because when the tire's spinning so fast, that friction can burn through cloth, can burn through rope and all that. But then I was like, Kevlar line bands! And so I wasn't worried so much, but it was still scary. but when I checked, I was just totally fine. It didn't burn through and stuff, and I was able to just kind of like hold it still between my legs before, you know, and waited for him to like die on his own. And so that worked out fine, but I was glad that I had Kevlar pants for that. Also, you can insert hip pads. It doesn't come with hip pads. I don't remember if there was an option for it to come with hip pads, but it doesn't come with hip pads or knee pads, but there are pockets for you to put those in. And I do have those SaskTech armor that I can fit into those, but for my knees, I use the Liat, the Liat knee guards, the ones that are, I can't remember the name, but I use the Liat knee guards, so I don't use the built-in knees. And then for my hips, I'm using the shorts underneath. So now for the armor underneath, and the reason why is because here's where I get to strip. All right, so the padding for the hip armor, I'll take this all off. It's just this one little pad, and it's just small. It's small. It's pathetic. The SaskTech armor doesn't fit into. Oh, my sock is coming off too. The SaskTech armor doesn't fit into that pocket very well. So I would have to cut it down, and I don't want to. Oh, the other bad thing about these pants that I'm thinking of as I'm trying to take them off is that they're really baggy. Well, they're not. I bought mine like 2 sizes too large, because on their website, they say that if you want a looser, that it's tight in the legs. So they say that if you want a more relaxed fit, order a size up. And then at that time, I had these bulky things. So then I was like, well, maybe I should order a size up to fit these under it. So I ordered 2 sizes up, and they are just like way too big for me. But I was able to modify that. But even though they were 2 sizes too large for me in the waist, which is why I had to modify the button and I had to put this belt on in order to keep it up. Even though they're 2 sizes too large, the lower leg part, this part right here, is so tight. Like, I can't get it past my heel. It is such a struggle. I literally needed to ask my daughter to help pull these off. So my mod for that is to just separate it at the seam and then just stitch it back together again so it doesn't come undone. So I reinforced over here, and just this split makes it so that it's now relatively easy to get on and off. And this part is hidden into my boot, and there's no Kevlar on this part anyways. But having taken apart the stitching on this, I can tell you that the stitching and everything is great. It's perfect. This is super soft. It does collect a lot of lint after it's been through the washer and dryer. There's a lot of lint on the outside, so you just have to use a lint roller and get that off, but then otherwise it's good. The inside is this hip pocket for your hip armor. See, it just looks kind of pathetic. And then this is the Kevlar lining on the inside. So, so I love cargo pants because of all the pockets. So it's a very great pockets. And this pocket, although in serious riding, be careful what you put in your pockets, because think about when you crash, you know. So over here, this is, let's get you oriented. So this is the pants. Come down here to the knee area, and you have a nice big pocket over here, and this is where you would stick your knee armor into, and you can access that from the outside. The hip armor pocket, you have to get it from the inside. But this is lazy rolling, and these pants have been great. No complaints. I love them. I'm thinking about getting the jeans version of their stuff. I think it's just a great company, great product. Okay, so these are the Liat 5.0 armored shorts, and as you can see, those pants fit over these just fine, and they're great. I have this tailbone protection over here. I don't have any butt protection, but I have this huge thing is hip, And then this huge thing goes across here. This is armor. This is CE1 armor. So this armor has actually been tested. And when I looked at it, I was like, is this really more protective than the big, you know, big chunky foam of the Legend Fit? Well, we don't know, because the Legend Fit, they didn't test their stuff, right? But I did have a total flat out hip fall on this, and I didn't feel a thing. So here I'm going to put on my jeans just to show you how it fits under clothes. Now these are stretch jeans, which is like the only type of jeans that I would wear anyways, because I'm not big on, but see, they fit, like you can just fit clothes over it, and it goes invisible pretty much. Like if you look, I can see lines here where the armor is. I can see the outline of my hip. But really it's not a big deal. And if I was to do this, see, that's not too bad. So these are great in that they're super easy to work with. And they do have this over here too. This is armor, and it comes up, and this whole thing is armor, so it actually protects up here, which a lot of the other armored shorts, they don't have this over here. And that's great. That's actually padding right in here, and that's great because my Liat chest protector, it wraps around my waist, and then this comes up, and there's a bit of an overlap right there. So this little padding keeps the Liat from digging into my waist. So I really like that. I would hope that Liat would make their armor like overlap and work well together, and they did with this. So now, to be thorough, I'm going to show you how the Legend Fit ones work. I think I've shown you everything about these. They're great. Totally recommend them. They are comfy. I mean, you're going to get a little bit hot in it because it's extra material, but it's not bad at all. So I do have shorts on under here, so don't freak out. I do have shorts on, and now you get to see my super white legs. I always wear pants, and my legs never see the sun. So now you get to see my super white legs. But now, wait, let me put something else on so I don't feel so naked. I'll just slip these on so you can see how ugly these are. You know what? These are so ugly, but, oh, and usually I don't wear anything under the pants. I just put them on over my underwear. The little shorts are just for the video. So this is what the Legend Fit looks like. It's just bulky. All right, so now I can show you closer. Impact support. These are the two side ones. This is your tailbone protector over here. It's just foam. This is a mesh, which the Legend Fit doesn't have mesh. It's more solid, so it's hotter. What does it say? Moisture cool wicking fabric, the Liat 5.0. See how thin that armor is? And then this is thicker. This is a thicker armor. It doesn't seem like much, but it's CE1 and it does work. I mean, you can fold it flat like that. You can imagine what it would look like to have the cargo pants over it, right? I don't need to show you that. I'll show you if I have time. I'm limited on the time. All right, so putting the jeans over these are a bit of a struggle, just a tad. Luckily, these are stretch jeans. They're not real jeans. All right, so now, look, ba-boom. Ba-boom. just not cute at all, but they are super protective. So if you don't mind that, then okay, if you don't mind that they're not cute, you don't mind that they're bulkier and hotter, and you want something cheaper, it is less expensive than the Liat, but not by that much, I don't think. I think these were still like $80 some, and the Liats were like $100 some. So honestly, I would just say get the Liats, because I mean, these do get super hot and sweaty and gross. It's, the padding is just so much bigger, it's just harder to get stuff over it. And I'm stuck on my heels. Oh, there. All right, so these are the ones that I don't recommend. So there you go. These are the ones that I do recommend. And hip protection, absolutely. Get hip protection. I mean, it's logical, right? You're just about guaranteed to fall on your hips, and it's not going to be a fun time. But seriously, falling on these on your hips feels like nothing. It is like incredible. If you just wear jeans and you don't wear hip protection, okay, what will fail in the jeans? Let's see. Jeans does not have any real abrasion resistance. Of course, it's more abrasion resistant than a thinner material. So jeans, what it has going for it is that it is a thicker material, so that's good. But you always want to look at the seams. The seams for regular clothes are only meant to hold the cloth together. It's not meant to take on any kind of impact. So that's a problem. The seams will tear. And from what I've seen from real life crashes, when you fall on your hip, it's the seam around the pocket tears. This whole thing tears off. And I don't have, well, I have this over here that'll protect if this fails. Well, plus that's where it'll tear on the jeans. And then of course, I don't know, if they land on their knees, definitely the knees will get torn up. Anywhere that the jeans touches the asphalt, it's going to get torn up. So we know that. But also the seams around the pockets, especially the back pockets, are very weak. If you have anything attached to these belt loops are weak. They're not meant to take anything. And that is why I would definitely recommend getting some kind of armored shorts, armored pants. Even though like these, I'm not using any extra additional armor in it. The extra fabric in it, and then the Kevlar lining, I mean, is great. And these are sewn, the stitching and the seams are going to hold. And they're just going to hold together, and then it's abrasion resistant, and it's just all going to hold together. If you go look at some of the pictures of crash photos with jeans, and then you see how large of an area that they have the road rash on, I mean, the road rash is super painful. All right, so that's my time. Thanks for joining me today. Hope that was helpful, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.